Hey everyone, it's Chris. I'm here to compare two sites on web design standards. Um, First one I chose that I thought displayed good web standards. My benefit was Expedia.com. Um, Uses the logo in the top left menu bar that's common throughout each page. These top links remain the same on each page, and the search button is up here as well. Um, Generally, too, a very common element on most pages is the plan your trip. Gets right to the point. You can select different options: flight and hotel, flight and car, flight, hotel, and car, and you type in your destination and leaving from, going to areas, and what you're looking for. When you end up searching, it takes you to different vacation packages and so forth, where you can adjust and customize your trip. Um, at any point. This is the loading page, which I thought was nice. It lets you know that the information is loading. It doesn't appear to be like the site's not working or taking time. I think pages like that are important to keep the user um, attentive and that the site is working. It's just taking some time. Again, once you get to the pages that customizing your trip, you can see again similar web menus up top. Navigation stays the same. Know where I'm going. The fonts and the color consistency is the same. In this bucket here, I can go back and change my search and refine it as I go. At the bottom of these pages is usually, this one has all the selected trips on here, but the footer for each page too is similar. They have some links down here. Um, About Expedia page is nice. It had a nice video about uh, where Expedia has been and gone in the last 15 years. I recommend watching that if you get a chance. The structure is easy to follow. Um, the font choices are good, but most importantly, I can always go back. Keeps the same structure throughout each page. This customizable vacation box, I guess you'd call it, is inherent on almost every page. They also have different featured specials and prices down here. Some ads on there, of course, but they don't get in the way of the flow of the page at all. They're not very distracting. So ultimately, this page is a lot of the standards that we've been looking at. And it's a really good site. It's easy to navigate, easy to go through. It also maintains a nice look and feel throughout each page. Opposed to the Expedia site, this site, dogbreedinfocenter.com, created a little bit of confusion. The header isn't laid out very well. There's no real clear buttons or areas to really make this header stand out. As you can see, the colors kind of blend into this gradient background. And then right below it you have this ads by Google section, and it kind of interrupts the flow of the header to the content and that kind of thing. As you go in and click on each one of these header options, it turns purple, which means obviously you've been to the site or been to that page before. But it doesn't go back to being blue. So as you can see, all these pages I clicked on that are purple I've been to, which I thought kind of made me think I didn't want to have to go back there. I get the feeling like, oh, I've been there, I don't need to go back. Created that kind of feel. You can see these ads are kind of thrown into the middle of the content. The way the content is laid out is kind of um, kind of just kind of random. It doesn't really have a good structure or hierarchy or anything like that. And it's just kind of a bunch of lists and stuff. The footer down here, also the same thing is going on up top in the menu. These things, they turn purple when you hit them to show that you've been to each link. And then they have their side menu here, which is on the right, which kind of threw me a little bit. Usually the standards of the right stuff will have add things over here, but it seems they put that kind of stuff over here on the left and in between. Again, as you can see, a lot of the content is not very consistent. It's a little all over the place. You kind of don't know where you are, where you're going. The headers here are really small. It doesn't really show that well. And the point I was really zoomed in a little bit more, and it appeared to me that these content sections were too divided from the top header, and it was kind of hard to go through. Overall, I kind of was looking for something a little more consistent, and some of these links take me to this dog breed info center, which I don't know, is it the same, is it different? It's kind of linked together, but again, these they have the same menu items, and it keeps going back and forth between these two areas. And you don't really know where you've been on this one versus the other one. It's kind of all over the place. And I don't really know what to do to navigate this site correctly. So yeah, that's basically a sum up of the differences between beneficial web standards and web standards that create confusion. Thanks.